Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going to be diving into,
Oh, this is going to be good.
building healthy organizations,
Oh.
and we're going to be guided by the insights of Arup Bhattacharjee.
Sounds very official.
He's a chartered professional engineer
Okay.
with over 25 years of
Yeah.
global experience.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah,
Good.
and he's helped save 4 manufacturing factories
Power.
from closure.
Gosh.
And his secret weapon is
Legos.
Legos.
Really?
Yeah, you heard that right, Legos.
Okay, this is going to be interesting.
I know.
So, Arup's approach, it's all about
Yeah.
understanding, like the human side of organizations.
Mm-hmm.
And he thinks that to build a truly healthy organization,
Right.
you got to go beyond just the numbers and processes
Yeah.
and like tap into
The mindset.
the mindsets,
Yeah.
the motivations.
The motivations of the people involved, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So this isn't just like fluffy motivational speaker stuff, though, right? We're talking about an engineer.
Yeah.
This is someone who deals with
Real problem.
concrete problems
Yeah.
and solutions.
Real solutions.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Arup is all about practicality.
Yeah.
But he also, I think, really recognizes
Yeah.
that even like the most technical challenges,
Mhm.
they often have like human factors at their core.
Yeah.
So he starts by identifying like 3 main challenges
Okay.
that organizations face. Think about your own experience.
Okay.
Has you ever been in a situation
Mhm.
where your organization was really struggling to survive?
Oh, yeah.
Like maybe even facing
Yeah.
like potential closure.
Oh, I think we've all been there at some point.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
The stress of knowing that,
Yeah.
you know, jobs are on the line. Like,
Yeah.
all your hard work might be for nothing, you know?
Totally.
It definitely keeps you up at night.
Yeah, so that's the first challenge.
Okay.
Survival.
Yeah.
And it's fundamentally a cost issue.
Okay.
But even if you're not, in
Yeah.
imminent danger of shutting down,
Right?
you might be facing the second challenge,
Okay.
stability. Are you consistently losing customers?
Hmm.
Are your products or services falling behind the competition?
Yeah.
This is where the value that you provide really comes into play.
Yeah. It's like you're treading water, but you're not really
Yes.
moving forward. Right.
Yeah.
You might be stable for now,
Yeah,
but are you truly thriving?
exactly. And then there's the third challenge, growth.
Okay.
Can you keep up with like the
Yeah.
rapid pace of change? Can you expand and innovate
Hmm.
to stay ahead of the curve?
Yeah.
This one really boils down to a time issue.
Right.
The clock is always ticking.
Tick tock, tick.
If you're not moving forward,
Yeah.
you're falling behind.
So we've got these 3 sort of interconnected challenges.
Yeah.
Cost, value, and time.
Exactly.
And what I'm curious about is how ArrowRoot actually helps organizations tackle them. You know, does he just like swoop in with a magic wand and fix everything?
Not quite. He has a very specific philosophy.
Oh, yeah.
He calls it
Yeah.
the pull effect.
The pull effect.
And he only works with organizations
Yeah.
when there's a genuine need from their side.
Right.
He's not interested in, forcing solutions on people
Right.
who aren't ready or willing to change.
Right. So he's not just like a consultant for hire.
Exactly.
There has to be that real desire for change
Yeah.
within the organization itself.
And he doesn't just address, surface level problems.
Right.
He really digs deeper
Uh,
to uncover the root causes.
yeah.
He asks these tough questions.
Okay.
Like, is there genuine buy-in from leadership?
Mm-hmm.
Does everyone in the organization feel the urgency?
Yeah.
Do they understand what needs to be done and why?
Wow.
So,
I imagine that uncovering those, like, painful truths can be pretty uncomfortable
it can be.
for some organizations.
Yeah, it can be. But Arup believes that facing those truths,
Yeah.
it's essential for creating lasting change.
Mm-hmm.
He's not afraid to challenge assumptions
Right.
and push people outside their comfort zones.
Right. Okay. So,
Yeah.
so how does he like figure out what's really going on beneath the surface?
Yeah.
Does he have some kind of organizational X-ray vision?
Well, he uses a few different diagnostic tools to kind of get a clear picture.
Yeah.
One of them is called a cost model.
A cost model.
And instead of just looking at like
Right.
overall profit and loss,
Mhm.
it breaks down costs in detail, right?
Okay.
So you can really see where the money's actually going.
Okay. That sounds really helpful.
Yeah.
But also maybe a bit tedious. You can imagine some people kind of rolling their eyes
Yeah.
at yet another spreadsheet,
Yeah. You're right. Data alone isn't enough. That's why he also uses something.
Okay.
He calls it a spider map
A spider map?
to get the voice of the customer.
Okay.
And so instead of guessing what customers want,
Right.
you actually map out like their journey
Uh-huh.
and pinpoint where value is being created or lost at each stage.
Okay, so I'm starting to see how these tools kind of
Yeah,
complement each other.
totally.
The cost model shows you that kind
Yeah.
of internal financial reality,
Yeah,
and the spider map gives you sort of the external customer perspective.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then to assess whether the organization is actually ready for change,
Okay.
Arup uses something called an engagement survey.
An engagement survey.
And this isn't just about, gauging employee satisfaction. It's about really understanding
Yeah.
their motivation, right?
Right.
Their willingness to learn, like their ability to adapt.
So he's looking for kind of signs of a growth mindset, that like
Totally.
hunger to
Hunger.
improve and evolve.
Precisely. But here's the thing.
Okay.
He doesn't just,
Yeah.
gather all this data
Right.
and present like
A dry report.
a dry report. Yeah.
Okay.
He believes in like
Yeah.
a much more kind of hands-on experiential approach.
Wait, I think I've heard about this.
Have you?
Isn't this where the Legos come in?
You got it.
Okay.
So he brings together this
Yeah.
diverse group of volunteers
Okay.
from across the organization
Mm-hmm.
for a 2-day program.
Okay.
And they need to be diverse in terms of age, gender,
Yeah.
experience level,
Uh-huh.
the departments they represent.
So like no one's exempt.
No one is exempt.
Okay. I'm picturing this group of people
Yeah,
from the CEO to the receptionist, right?
totally.
All sitting around a table covered in Legos.
Yeah.
What exactly is he trying to...
Okay, Sue. The main goal of this program is to help the team build
Yeah.
the right mindset for change.
Okay.
And it starts with half a day of, wait for it,
Okay.
building Lego cars.
Seriously. Lego cars.
Lego cars.
I must admit, I'm a bit skeptical.
Yeah.
How does that
Yeah.
help solve complex organizational problems?
It's not about the Legos themselves,
Okay.
It's about the process, like the dynamics that emerge.
Yeah.
You remember the 3 core challenges
Yeah.
Arup identified?
Cost, value, time.
Cost, value, time. The Lego car game is like
Right.
a microcosm of those challenges.
Okay. I'm intrigued. Tell me more about how this game actually works.
So each team
Yeah.
has to design and build a Lego car
Yep.
that meets 3 objectives
Okay.
for value.
Yeah. Yeah.
The car needs to safely transport a passenger the furthest distance.
Okay.
For cost,
Yeah.
they have to build the cheapest car possible,
Okay.
taking into account the weight and number of pieces used.
Right. Right.
And for time,
Yeah.
they have to adapt and improve their designs
Oh,
within really tight deadlines,
wow.
just like in a fast-paced business environment.
So it's like a mini pressure cooker.
It-
They're forced to think creatively,
Yeah.
collaborate effectively,
Yeah.
and make quick decisions under pressure.
Yeah, exactly.
I can see how that would bring out
Yeah.
some interesting team dynamics.
It does. And there are,
Yeah.
some other realistic elements thrown in, like
Well, okay.
they have to issue purchase orders for parts.
Uh-huh.
They experience supply chain delays,
Oh, wow.
and they even have to outsource manufacturing to other teams,
Really?
which requires like
Yeah.
clear communication, detailed instructions.
It sounds like controlled chaos,
It is,
but with a purpose.
but with a purpose, yeah.
What happens after, like, this
Oh, wait.
Lego frenzy?
Yeah.
Do they all just, like,
That's a great question.
shake hands and go back to their desks?
No, not at all. After the game,
Yeah.
there's this like really structured
Okay.
debriefing session
Mm-hmm.
where they analyze what worked, what
Okay.
didn't,
Mhm.
the key takeaways.
Right.
But it's not just about like
Mhm.
identifying problems. It's
Yeah.
about shifting like
Mm.
their mindset, right?
Right.
From
Mhm.
fear to openness,
Mm.
from blame to collaboration,
Okay.
from rigidity to adaptability.
So the Lego game is really like a catalyst for deeper reflection
Yeah.
and like
Self-awareness.
self-awareness. Yeah. It's like holding up a mirror
Totally.
to the organization, but in like
Yeah.
a fun, engaging way.
Exactly. But the program doesn't end there.
Okay.
Arup then introduces
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
his toolbox of 21 techniques
Okay.
that are designed to address
Yeah.
like specific organizational roadblocks.
Okay.
He calls these his um,
Okay.
21 tools.
21 tools.
21 tools.
That sounds pretty comprehensive.
It is.
Can you give me like a few examples of what these tools are
Sure.
and how they work? Okay. 21 tools.
Yeah,
That's a lot to unpack.
it is a lot.
I imagine it would be like
Right.
kind of overwhelming to just
Right.
throw all of them at a team right after
Right.
that Lego game.
He doesn't actually go into detail
Okay.
on all 21 tools during the program.
Okay.
He starts by sharing
Yeah.
a few sort of core concepts.
Right.
One of them is called
Okay.
the waste walk.
The waste walk.
Yeah, and it's about
Yeah.
physically going through the workplace,
Okay.
observing processes, and
Yeah.
really like
Like-
identifying areas where time, resources, or effort
Yeah.
are being wasted.
So it's like a treasure hunt for inefficiency. I
Exactly.
can see how that would be like
Right.
really eye-opening for people who are kind of stuck in their routines.
Totally.
Okay.
Another tool is
Yeah.
the 5 whys.
The 5 whys.
So when a problem arises, instead of just like,
Jumping to conclusions.
yeah, jump into conclusions, you ask why 5 times in a row.
Right.
And that helps, like,
Yeah.
uncover the root cause.
Right. Instead of just addressing the symptoms.
Exactly.
Oh, I've heard of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like
Yeah.
deceptively simple.
Yeah.
But I bet it can lead to like some
Actually,
surprising insights.
totally. And it's about changing
Yeah.
the way people approach problem solving.
Right.
Arup also emphasizes the
Okay.
importance of visual management tools,
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
Kanban boards.
Right.
They really make work processes transparent
Uh-huh.
so that everyone can see, like,
Yeah.
bottlenecks and areas for improvement.
So instead of relying on like,
Yeah.
endless emails and status reports, you
Right.
have this like
Yeah.
visual system that everyone can understand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he doesn't just, lecture about these tools.
Yeah.
He uses
Case studies.
case studies
Yeah.
to show how they've been applied, like
Yeah.
in real-world situations,
Mhm.
to demonstrate their impact and effectiveness.
Right. That's a great way to make it more concrete
Yeah.
and relatable.
Totally.
But even with the case studies, I imagine it takes like
Yeah.
time for these concepts to really sink in.
It does. That's why Arup gives the team like
How-
2 weeks after the program
Mhm.
to do kind of internal evaluations
Right.
and discuss what they've learned.
So it's about giving them time
Yeah.
to process the information,
Exactly.
connect it to their own
Yeah, their own experience.
experiences, and like
Uh-huh.
start thinking about how they can apply these tools,
Yeah.
within their organization.
In their own context, yeah.
And then he
Yeah.
checks back in
Yeah.
to see how they're doing.
He does. He has individual
Okay.
follow-up conversations
Mm.
with,
Yeah.
key stakeholders
Right.
to really gauge like
Your level of buy-in.
their level of buy-in. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's looking to see if that pull effect is still there, if they're
Right.
genuinely committed to
Mm.
making,
Lasting change.
lasting changes. Exactly.
It's like he's planting seeds and like
It is.
nurturing them to see,
Totally. Yes.
if they take root.
Yeah. That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
And his philosophy is all about empowerment.
Right.
He believes it's their organization, their future.
Yeah.
And he's there to guide and support them,
Mm-hmm.
not to dictate solutions.
It's a very like collaborative
Yeah.
approach.
Yeah. What strikes me about
Yeah.
Aruc's method is that it's not just like
Right.
a quick fix.
Yeah.
You know?
It's about creating a culture of
Exactly.
continuous improvement
Continuous improvement. Yeah.
where people are constantly
Yeah.
looking for ways to
To do things better.
do things better. Yeah.
And it's not just about like
Yeah.
efficiency or productivity.
Right.
It's about,
Yeah.
creating a healthier,
Yeah.
more fulfilling
Sure.
work environment
For everyone.
for everyone, where people feel
Yeah.
valued, empowered, and motivated
Right.
to contribute their best.
So it sounds like Arup's work goes beyond just fixing problems.
I think it does.
He's trying to like transform the way organizations think and operate.
Transform. Yeah, he is.
So what does all of this mean for like our listeners,
Right.
I mean, even if we're not all leading,
Huge organization.
large organizations, I feel like
Yeah,
there are valuable takeaways here.
absolutely.
Right.
We can all benefit from adopting like
Yeah.
this healthy organization mindset,
Right.
whether it's in our workplace,
Mm.
community groups,
Mhm.
even our own families.
Yeah.
It's about being more mindful of,
The human dynamic.
the human dynamics,
Yeah.
fostering open communication,
Mhm.
creating a culture of continuous learning and improvement.
I'm thinking back to that Lego game.
Yeah.
It's such a simple
Powerful.
yet powerful concept.
Yeah.
I bet there are
Like that there are.
other unconventional activities we
Yeah.
could use to kind of
Yeah.
bring these principles to life.
I think so. What if we challenged ourselves to find like one unexpected activity,
Yeah.
something outside our normal routines
Right.
that could help us, like
Yeah.
diagnose and address challenges
And then our own teams, yeah.
in our own teams or organizations?
That's a great challenge for our listeners.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a role-playing exercise,
Uh-huh.
a brainstorming session with a twist,
Yeah.
or even like a
Yeah,
field
yeah,
trip
yeah.
to a completely different industry.
Love it.
The possibilities are endless.
Endless.
Re-
And remember, it's not about finding the quote-unquote right activity.
Right.
It's about,
Yeah.
being open to new ideas,
Mm.
willing to experiment,
Right.
and embracing that playful,
Yeah.
creative spirit
Right.
that Air-Roop really embodies.
That's a fantastic note to end on.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think so.
If you're interested in learning more about Arup Bhattacharjee
Yeah.
and his work,
Yeah.
you can find him on LinkedIn and his website. We'll include links in the show notes.
Perfect.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive
Yeah.
into the fascinating world
I know it's fascinating.
of building healthy organizations.
Thank you for having me.
And until next time,
Yes.
keep exploring,
Explore.
work learning,
Learn.
and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Push those boundaries.
Yeah.